Beautiful, the Carole King musical.
Or How to Make a Successful Bio Jukebox Musical.
I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down.
Like, it's not a super awesome, well-structured, well-written book musical, but from the jukebox musical, bio musicals that we've seen, it is very well done.
Yeah.
Compared to the others. Like, I guess I feel like I keep on wanting to say things like, I can sit through it, but it was better than that. It's way better than that. It certainly is. I mean, listen, Jessie Mueller
oh my God.
is amazing, and she's incredible, and she, like, makes it very enjoyable to watch because she's awesome. And the whole cast is great. I mean, great performances all around.
Yeah.
The show itself, the only show parts I found, I mean, to be not so great were, like, the repetitiveness of the songwriting and then seeing, production numbers of those songs so that we just heard them right.
Yeah, the first act got a little long towards the end because it was like, we're writing the song, we're showing you the song. Now we're writing our number one hit, and we're showing you that number one hit. But that was towards the end of the first act, and I was like, this act almost has to be over. Oh yeah, it is almost over.
Right.
And then the second act was a nice restart.
What I really appreciated was that section where it did feel like they were like song, 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 song. It was all Carole King songs and Gerry songs, and then the other songwriting team songs.
Cynthia's song.
Wasn't just songs from the era.
Right.
That all the other shows we've seen from the genre do that.
Right. I mean, I do feel like by including Cynthia and Barry's story, they obviously wanted a foil and to show the competitiveness of the Brill Building and all of that. But also, I'm sure they were like, oh, it opens us up to another catalog.
Right.
Yeah, there was... But it didn't feel
that part didn't feel forced
in that way. In the way that the other
they did manage to get yakety yak, don't talk back in there though.
It was just a button though of that number, which is good.
But
at least a man wasn't singing it to a woman.
Well, I think the problem with the whole genre is that it's like they're all just doing the same structure with a different catalog.
Well, that's
and nobody's
true.
doing anything unique or different. They're just doing the same exact thing with a different catalog of music, and this is the one that works better than the other ones.
Yeah, because
and I think a lot of that has to do with Jessie Mueller. I think the writing's stronger. I mean,
the writing is definitely
a lot stronger than Motown, and definitely stronger than
professional writers write this stuff.
Real writers. But like, I don't know. I would be curious to see what my feelings about the show were without Jessie Mueller. If I would be more critical of the rest of the show.
Yeah. Yeah. To be honest, I don't know that it has a future without her in it. I would be curious to see her understudy.
Yeah.
Because understudies are always fun to see, and also just to see how the feel of the show changes. But god damn it, she is so good.
She's a great actress.
Oh yeah.
Along with the unbelievable voice.
Yeah.
Like, she has an unbelievable voice, but she's like a great actress.
She's a fantastic actress, and I think on top of that, this role is just an easy one for her to slip into because she has that like the like who me?
What?
Like that sort of what? Huh?
Totally.
Not the
What? I'm confused. What?
You're
Autographs? What are you talking about?
Who?
Me? Huh? Yeah. That is like, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
you know?
funny.
There's a naturalness to it that has a lot to do with how much of a great actress she is, but also I think how much she probably relates to a lot of those, subconsciously or consciously, a lot of those characteristics in Carole King. Also, I love Carole King.
Everybody loves Carole King.
She's so great.
She's awesome. You know what I think is the most... I'm really glad I've seen it twice. And I also saw it very early in previews and saw it right before opening. And I don't feel like very much changed. But I think a big part of what changed in my perspective of the show was that my image of Carole King before seeing this show, like, we don't really know, I didn't know anything about her besides Tapestry and, like, her music, like, I knew her music.
Yeah.
And the image I had of her based on Tapestry was, like, kick-ass 70s feminist, burning her bra and fighting the, like, being, you know, awesome and, like, fighting the status quo and, like, all of that. And then you see the show and you're like, oh, she, like, really wanted to be a housewife in New Jersey. Obviously, she really wanted to, like, write music.
Right.
She wasn't going to give up her music, but she was like, I really want to live in the suburbs and have a family and have, like, a really nice, quiet, normal life, which is, like, not the projected image I had of her. So... And I do think the book was punched up a little bit between the first time and the second time I saw it with regards to how her relationship with Gerry ends, because I remember the first time seeing it being very upset that I didn't feel like her character was standing up for herself as much as I wanted her to. So I think the scene where she officially, like, finishes it with him, I do think they, if I'm remembering correctly, I think they changed a line or two, gave her more of, like, a, because she says now, like, the girls deserve better and so do I, and everyone's like, yes! I don't remember that happening the first time, so that, well done. We need that moment. We need that moment for her because we love her.
Well, yeah, and I think the show did a really good job, and maybe it has to do with the fact that her daughter is a consultant on it, her and Gerry's daughter, of not painting anyone terribly, but being pretty honest about what was going on, you know. Gerry made a lot of mistakes that she knew about and some that she didn't know about, and they were pretty honest, and he's seen the show. I think his comment on it was, that's not exactly the way things happened, but for the purposes of the show and the story, it works for what they did, which, I mean, is unsurprising. You're always gonna manipulate things a little bit.
Fanny Bryce had, like, a bunch of kids, not just the one. She had, like, 4 kids or something like crazy like that.
Yeah.
My feeling also is that when you have him come back at the very end of the show, when she's doing her Carnegie Hall thing, you sense that their relationship to each other after everything, that they were able to, like, mend their relationship and have a friendship, and that a lot of his problems and the reasons why the marriage didn't work, I think she's incredibly forgiving of the fact that they were young and probably should not have gotten married and all that stuff, and also he is dealing with some mental health issues, so she's not like unforgivably blaming him for what happened. She's a cool chick.
She's awesome. She's great. She had, like, just the right amount of sound to evoke Carole King without singing just like Carole King and still being Jessie Mueller. And it was perfect. She's perfect. Great, great, great wigs.
I agree. However, when she comes in, when she goes to the bitter end and they're like, I like your new hair, and she's like, I'm letting it do whatever it wants to do now. I'm not, like, because she's, like, letting it be wavy. It should have been more frizzy. Could have been bigger. I have the same hair as Carole King, and my hair only became at that condensed volume when I shaved the back of my head. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I think she has, like, tighter curls, though.
Just saying.
Who knows?
If you look at the cover of Tapestry, it was more frizzy than Jessie Mueller's wig. Well, that's true.
That was also the 70s. Like, I thought, though, the Tapestry hair that she did have, that was a bit more of a mess. Like, when she's at Carnegie Hall and it was longer. I don't know. I understand what you're saying. It was that's funny that you mentioned that. I understand the reasons that you say that, but that actually was, like, my favorite wig.
It was beautiful.
It was a great wig.
It was beautiful. That's, like, how I wish my hair looked like. That's what I wish my hair looked like when I don't do anything to it. When I don't do anything to it, it looks like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like that thing where she was saying, like, I'm just letting it do whatever it wants. I'm just letting it, I'm not doing anything to it. And it looked so beautiful!
I think
You know what? I wish my hair looked that goddamn good when I didn't do anything to it. It was a great wig. It was a beautiful wig.
Yeah.
Which was like, I would wear that wig in my everyday life. Because that's what I want my hair to look like on a day-to-day basis. But I don't want to do anything to it.
Right. Well, there's the problem.
Exactly. Jake Epstein, who played Gerry.
From Degrassi, The Next Generation.
Sure. He was excellent.
He was great.
He was really good.
Yeah.
He was really good because, like, those scenes where his character was breaking down were, like, so raw.
Oh my god, the scene where Barry is playing the new rock song that they wrote, I can't remember what it's called, and he's like, when they're at their house in New Jersey, and as soon as he starts playing it, and like Jerry's listening to it, and then he like walks behind, and you can just I was watching him the whole time.
Oh, me too.
I was watching him the whole time in the background, just being like, I want to make that sound, and you've made it, and it's crushing me that's not coming out of me.
Right.
Oh God. Yeah. It was great.
It was great. I watched him in the back of that scene too. Anika Larsen.
Oh, she was fantastic.
She was great. She was really, really good, and I enjoyed her character.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a kick-ass lady.
Yeah, she had great wigs too.
I didn't like the first wig as much, but I also just don't really like that style of hair, so that's why.
It worked for the era.
I liked when she had the bangs and the straight.
Like her last wig.
Cute. Good wigs.
Good wigs.
Real good wigs. Jarrod Spector.
He was amazing.
Oh my god, he was so funny. So Jewish.
So Jewish.
So Jewish. Funny.
His voice is like crazy.
Take your mother. I did. And she loved it.
Especially for this tours, I would definitely tell my parents to go see it. I mean, my parents see a lot of shows, and they love them in the way that parents love shows. They really love Mamma Mia, you guys. I think they've seen it 3 times. But this, I would be like, yeah, you guys are going to love it, and it's a great show.
And it's a great show. I would recommend this show to anybody. Everybody.
Yeah.
Well done. Done! You cracked the code of the Biomusical Jukebox Musical.
Where you lead, I will follow anywhere that you tell me to.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
No.
Okay.